You.
Debut. Countdown is on. The countdown is down. Here we go. Welcome to the Big If. My name is Jeff. Here with my host Kurt, my co-host Kurt. He's probably more the alpha host than anything. But here we are together, launching this ridiculous podcast called the Big If, where we ask big and bogus what if questions to interesting people, and that sometimes includes each other. So, since we haven't made it quite big yet, um, we're gonna have to start this thing off with each other. No guests. Don't really give a shit if you like it or not. We gotta try. So,
Hey,
welcome, Kurt, to the first episode.
and like we discussed, if nothing happens, it just gives us an excuse to FaceTime with each other for a couple hours a month.
That's right. We paid $90 to FaceTime each other for the right to FaceTime each other for 2 hours a month. And right up front, I should just be candid with you. And I was thinking about not saying anything, but I found a promo code, and we cut our price in half on this. So I need to Venmo you $45 back for the big if.
You found a promo code?
I found a promo code right before I signed up. I was like, I'm just gonna look. I'm just gonna search. Is there a promo code? Yeah, there's a promo code.
You know what? Save it. Keep it in the account. We'll save it for year two.
Okay. Okay. All right. We'll keep it in the Big If fund, which you can find us on bigiffund.com, or is it .gov?
Com. We paid a little extra for the com.
Okay. Good. Good. Well, let me just kick it off real quick with a what if question for you.
Yeah.
And my first what if question is what if your driver's license had an option to donate very specific body parts, not just organs? What would you donate?
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna move my camera because I think this is. It would help to have a visual on this. So I'm gonna get
Okay.
up here. Um,
For all our
let's
audio
see.
listeners, he's getting up. Ooh, he's showing some gluteus.
I, I've always been very proud of these calves.
Oh my
I feel
goodness.
I feel like I feel like 6 or 7 people could get a little meat off these bad boys.
Yeah, you
It
could.
takes a oh yeah. You can also see those calves on my OnlyFans. I'm gonna plug my OnlyFans here for a second.
Oh
Um,
yeah, OnlyFans at um, what was
you can find me on OnlyFans at Calfman69.
Calfman69. Excellent, excellent. So calves. I first off, let me commend you on your calves because those are some really tremendous looking. And again, for our audio listeners, I'm sorry that you're missing out on just some carved, chiseled calves that they really have a nice, like the way that you were positioned on camera had like a nice angular slope of them too. It reminded me of like something that commands its own gravity space. I don't know. It was.
Well, you know what? For the people that are just listening and aren't watching, I think it would probably be in our best interest to like maybe start some other socials, like maybe get an Instagram going, and I think that would be a good like a real thirst trap of a first post on our Big If Instagram. So we'll get that going. I'll get the calves up on the gram, and yeah, we'll share them with everybody.
Nice, nice.
What about you?
Well,
What's okay? What if your driver's license could donate a specific body part or organ? What are you gonna give back?
I think it would probably be my hair in this current form right now. I'm going with. I'm trying to achieve sort of a blue jeans lesbian type of look with this hair. Not Conan O'Brien exactly, but like if I can wave it up real nice here, like, and I shave my face, you could mistake me for and this is the advantage, by the way, of donating this. You can mistake someone for a man for a woman or a woman for a man, which I think is fairly appealing to some Gen Z crowds, and maybe that's offensive. I hope that's not. But yeah, yeah, you can be more androgynous with this hair, and that's why I want to donate it.
You're a very handsome lesbian.
Thank you, thank you.
Let me know how Lilith Fair goes this year.
A Lilith fair?
Yeah, Sarah McLachlan, Tori Amos.
What is that a true? Is this a real fair?
Yeah, Lilith Fair. I don't want to speak too much to it because I don't really know what I'm talking about. But
That's
when
what
I
we're.
think,
So
I don't
okay.
want to get. Yeah, I never mind. We'll strike that from the record.
I've already written it down as part of a show note, so I'm curious. Maybe we'll revisit that later on. Um,
You know
I've
what?
never.
I'm gonna look this up. We got time. I'm gonna pull up Lilith Fair and see if my stereotypes are true or not.
Mhm.
Lilith Fair is a concert. Well, was a concert tour and traveling music festival.
Hmm.
It was revived in 2010. I'm not seeing any other keywords that would go ahead and confirm what I was thinking. Can men attend Lilith Fair? Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, never mind. Again, strike it from the record.
Oh, okay. So you were under the impression that Lilith Fair was off limits for men.
Well, I don't think it was off limits necessarily, but I thought it was like a big
Hmm.
music fair in the lesbian community. I would have, I wouldn't have thought men would have wanted to go. I never thought they weren't allowed to go, but I just kind of put Lilith Fair and lesbians together. That's uneducated. That's on me. I'm sorry.
There's no reason to apologize. I'm more curious now about Lilith Fair. Like, do you know when this like the final year was and why it stopped? Are there any more lesbians anymore?
Um, you know what? I don't know. I know that in its initial 3 years that the Lilith Fair raised over $10 million for charity. So it sounds like they were doing some pretty great things.
Off the top of your head,
Um, but unfortunately, in March of 11, Sarah McLachlan declared that the Lilith concept was no longer being considered for future shows due to changing audience views and expectations. So, rest in peace, Lilith Fair. You had a great run. Plus, Sarah McLachlan. Okay, you know what? One thing we did talk about when we've gone over this before, are like musicians and celebrities that we would like the chance to just get in the ring with, maybe beat the shit out of a little bit. Maybe in future episodes we'll get into some of who those are. But for the record, Sarah McLachlan, you can get these hands because when I think of you, I think of these sad ass commercials on TV with the skinniest, most malnourished dogs in the world
yeah.
and just her sad ass music playing. And I can't really deal with that. I'm a big dog guy. So I
Right.
know she's trying to like raise money for him and shit, but that shit is depressing. Sarah McLachlan, you can get these hands, girl. Knock that shit off.
Wow. What do you now? Obviously, her song "I Will Remember You" is behind that infamous commercial you're talking about, and it sort of implies that the dogs are past tense that you're seeing there. So you're already. I get exactly what you're saying. I love dogs too. I know exactly the commercial you're talking about. But I do question if Sarah McLachlan had like basically like final creative edit on creative approval on that. She obviously lent her music to it in her face, but did they? I don't know. Do you think the editors could have been nicer at all, or do you think the producers or anything, or they get exactly what they wanted?
I I think they're just trying to tug at heartstrings, really make you feel for those dogs, which I do, but just my anger, I can't even watch the commercial. It immediately gets turned off. I don't know that's not what they're going for, but I turn that shit off right away. It's just too much.
And for the
So
rest,
whether it was her or not, I'm gonna say this one more time and then I'm gonna move on. Fuck Sarah McLachlan. You can get these fucking hands. So knock that shit off. All right.
Sarah McLachlan, if you are watching or listening, you have been warned. You're gonna get them hands.
I'd have to cut a little weight to get in the ring with her, but I'm willing to do it. And if she wants to fight me, I say that if I win, which I know I will, those commercials are taken off TV forever. and I also think I get the rights to the song "In the Arms of an Angel." So, Sarah, if you're listening,
What if
it is what it is.
what if Sarah wins?
Um, I'll have to. I don't really have a lot, but
But Sarah, if you win, you can have the rights to the Big If podcast. Let's throw that out there.
absolutely. And if Sarah wants to come on and talk this over, perhaps we could come to some sort of agreement that doesn't lead to us in the ring together. Sarah, the door's always open. An open invitation for Sarah McLachlan to join the pod. But if she doesn't, then I'll see her at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas for a sold out arena for me just knocking her fucking lights out.
Do you think it would be like which one would be better, Sarah McKnockout or a Sarah McHeadlock?
Oh, I think we need to work. You're onto something. Those two don't jump right off the book at me, but you're close. You're very close.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of like
Well, this
McLachlan, but it doesn't roll off the tongue.
And I'm not gonna put her in a headlock. I'm just gonna punch her right in the fucking nose, and she's gonna go to sleep. So Sarah McSleepin.
And then you'll own the right
I like Sarah
to her song.
Yeah. So, but that reminds me. I think about this sometimes. If you were gonna come to the ring for like a big MMA fight, a big boxing match, something in a combat sport where you get a big grand entrance and you're picking your theme music. What do you come into the ring to that's going to put you in a place where you can just knock Sarah McLachlan out?
Well, I'm not a crazy fit. I'm not as fit as you are, but I don't anticipate any problems knocking out Sarah McLachlan in the ring. So I only say that because I don't think that I have to like bring the music to 100 to get to a place where I can put Sarah McLachlan at the ground, basically, while we're in the ring.
Are you saying you need no music?
No.
Are you just coming out?
No, I'm saying that I don't need a I don't need I would almost say like Lil Jon is like almost undefeated, like getting people hyped up. That's the first thing that comes to mind, even though it's maybe not be my perfect style. That was like the first thing that left in the mind. Something hard by Lil Jon. But
okay.
I don't even think it needs to bang that hard. I feel like it could be like something in soft rock, like on 101.1 The River, or like a Simon and Garfunkel even type of thing would get me hyped up enough to end Sarah McLachlan's career and in the ring.
You know what would be real fucking G?
What?
If I got to come to the ring to fight Sarah McLachlan for the rights to the song "In the Arms of an Angel," and I came out to the song "In the Arms of an Angel,"
Ooh.
And it was like, listen, Sarah, this is the last time you're going to hear this where you own it. In about 30 seconds, that's mine.
Ooh.
So I may come, that's a mind fuck. I may come out to "In the Arms of an Angel."
That's crazy.
But maybe not. Probably, in all seriousness, "Voodoo Child" by Jimi Hendrix.
Ooh.
That slaps. And Sarah doesn't stand a chance if I come out to some Jimi Hendrix.
I would almost recommend that. I love the idea, by the way, of going into Arms of an Angel and leaving with Arms of an Angel. But just thinking again about the economics of things. We were talking about the economics earlier. You might have to pay Sarah a licensing right before you own it to go into her song. However, would you then be basically paying yourself afterwards with that money?
Bingo.
Okay. So maybe you got the right idea all along.
You got to spend money to make money, and I feel like she's going to have that money for about, like I said, about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit her with a combination across the jaw, and then that will basically be going right back into my pocket. So I consider it an investment.
Well, once again, Sarah McLachlan, if you're listening or your fans or anyone is listening that likes that commercial and that likes you for that commercial, you're welcome to step in the ring. But just Sarah. If anyone can get the message to Sarah, I think we've done our job, and this would have been a $45, including promo code, well spent.
Yeah, have her people call our people.
Yeah. Hit us up on TikTok at thebigiftalk.com and Instagram as well, at handle big if.
We got to check and see if it's taken. It might be. We'll keep you updated.
Go there now. Go there later. Just bookmark your place.
Yeah. Well, by the time this drops, we probably will have it in our possession.
I hope so. I don't think that's a real TikTok extension that you can have. It doesn't end with .com though.
All right. Well, what else is going on? What's it? Where are you at? Because we're not near each other. We're hundreds, if not thousands, of miles away. My geography's no good. Tell the people where you're at right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm in California here on the West Coast, up north, just like northeast of San Francisco, there in the Napa Valley, and just chilling. It's a nice day. If anyone's watching, they can see we got a little different lights going on because we're different parts of the day. So where are you at?
St. Louis, and it is a gray, dreary, cold, typical December day. But we've gotten off pretty easy. The weather's been great here. We've had some days in the 70s, some 60s. It's been nice. I'm in shorts. I'm letting the calves fly, trying to get some sun on these legs. But it's not too bad. I can't complain yet, but it's coming. I hate St. Louis winter.
It's just gray. And feel wet and cold. That wind kind of chills you to the bone.
Do you get snow where you're at?
I haven't seen it yet, but I know there's snow on like a mountain nearby. So I don't know what that means.
Can you ski?
Just personally, like here, or like am I capable of skiing?
Are you, Jeff, capable of skiing? Have you skied before?
Yeah, I've skied before. I only went once to a real mountain, and it was a trip to Utah with Brad Roper in 8th grade. And it was an amazing trip.
Man.
One of the greatest. It was also my parents didn't go, so it was kind of fun being the friend on the vacation.
When I was in 7th grade, Brad Roper invited me to go to the WWF at the time, now WWE, pay-per-view in your house. I believe it was titled Bad Blood. It featured the match. It's a famous match. It's very famous in the wrestling world. I believe it was the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, who is my favorite wrestler of all time, Sexy Boy, versus The Undertaker in the first ever Hell in the Cell match. And that was actually where Kane, The Undertaker's brother, debuted for the first time. He came from under the ring, interfered in the match. It's a big, big moment.
Ooh.
Neither here nor there, but Brad invited me. I asked my parents. They said no because they didn't know Brad's parents. A little protective, didn't want me going with people they didn't know. Later on down the road, I come to find out that my parents do know Brad's parents. My dad went to high school with both of his parents and just didn't know who I was talking about. So thanks, Mom and Dad, for causing me to miss one of the most famous matches in wrestling history. I still haven't forgiven them for that.
It's funny how trauma expresses itself at an older age.
Yeah. We got to the bottom of it in one of my recent therapy appointments, trying to work through some things, and it all came back to having to miss the pay-per-view in 7th grade. So we're working through it. I'm gonna get there.
Do you think, and maybe this is a stretch, tell me if this is a stretch, but do you think there's a relation between Kane and Sarah McLachlan?
No, I don't think so at all.
That's okay. It's a bit of a stretch.
Did you know that Kane, the wrestler, real name Glenn Jacobs, did you know that he is now the mayor of Knox County in Tennessee?
Really? I did not know that.
He is, yeah.
What's his net worth?
Oh, yeah. That's another thing. We didn't talk about it yet, but one thing we love to do on this podcast is discuss people's net worth. People way more successful than us.
Right.
It can be surprising. So you're not the biggest wrestling guy as far as I know, but I'm gonna tell you, Glenn Jacobs is 54 years old. He's the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. He has spent decades in professional wrestling. What do you think his net worth is?
But these decades were spent during the 90s and 2000s, I'm guessing. I'm gonna say he's worth 1.9 million.
Well, according to sportskita.com, it has Kane as having a $1.3 million a year annual salary.
Ooh. As mayor?
I'm sure that is not all for being the mayor. That's probably some WWE stuff too. But his estimated net worth is a cool $9 million.
Whoa, Kane. Okay.
Also, I'm going to give you a little did you know. Did you know that before Kane debuted as Kane, he also had a run as a character? He was a demented dentist known as Dr. Isaac Yankum.
I had no idea.
No, I knew you did. I knew the answer to that question when I asked it. I knew you had no idea about that.
You know, it's funny when someone asks, "Did you know?" questions, they are so confident that the answer is no. They are,
And that's one of my favorite things to do is just absolutely crush someone's spirit when they're like, "Did you know that Kane had a net worth of $9 million?" I'm like, "Yes, I actually did know
I knew
that."
I knew, yeah.
And you can just see the life come right out of their body when you know what they said. Did you know about?
That's right. I love that.
And if there's one thing I enjoy, it's crushing another person's spirit. So I love that. I love that scenario.
Yeah. Especially if her name starts with Sarah and ends with McLachlan.
Ooh, full circle. I love how you bring it back. You know, I said I wasn't going to talk about it anymore, but I'm going to say it one more time. Sarah McLachlan, if you're listening, your commercials are fucking trash, B. All right, I'm tired of seeing these sad ass dogs. I know they need homes. I'd like to give them a home.
Of course.
But you're killing me. You're killing me with these commercials.
What are you doing?
So, get in the ring with me. Come on the pod and talk it out. Your only other option is to meet me at either the MGM Grand or the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. We're going to fill that motherfucker to the rim, and I am going to knock you out. I'm going to take the rights to your song, and those commercials, they're done. They're done. Never again.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all I got to say about that.
You heard it here. That's. I think that's actually a pretty good place to wrap up our first episode. Unless there's anything else that you want to plug or other thoughts that are on your mind.
No, I've said all I've needed to say. Sarah,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you so riled up. Especially, we're trying to make this an accessible family-style podcast, and I didn't mean to get you all riled up there at the end. But I appreciate your passion, and I think that's really what's going to be the fuel that drives this engine that just continues to ask people what if in all sorts of wacky and fun ways every month as often as we can.
Well, okay, obviously some of that is in jest, but what if Sarah McLachlan responded to this shit and I actually had to talk to her after just blatantly talking about knocking her out?
There's a chance that we get canceled for this one.
It was a good
run. We started well. Maybe we'll start with an audio release so people can't see our faces, and that might be just a good place to begin. Although people won't be able to see your calves, so that would totally there would go the.
Well, I'll post that picture on the
Oh,
IG. It'll just be the Cavs. I won't have my
perfect.
face in it.
Okay.
We're good. We're good
Okay.
for now.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts and anywhere that you listen to your podcast, or at least anywhere that we've uploaded this, which is probably just one place. Be sure to subscribe, and thanks again for listening. And we're gonna need to sign off. We'll work on it, people. All right.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
listening.
listening.